Boogie2988 here. No, not really, just kidding. Actually, this is Micah, name on the shirt, Geek Squad, so you should trust everything that I have to say, even though I don't actually work for the Geek Squad. But today, I want to talk to you about how to make your Sprint phone actually get better service. This is something Sprint does not want you to know. So, many of you have watched my videos in the past. Many of you that know me and saw my very first on-camera video with my channel, I talked about Sprint and how bad it was. Many of you that know me know that I absolutely despise everything that Sprint stands for. So, what I'm gonna do is show you a little trick that Sprint doesn't want you to know on how to get better signal. Faster 4G, consistent 4G, no dropped calls, and that's it. It's a very, very simple trick, just a couple of steps. And I'm gonna walk you through those steps right now. So stay tuned and let's see what we've got. All right guys, so try to keep up. You're going to start off with your Sprint phone. The very first step that you've got to make sure is make sure that it's wiped. Back up all your files, your photos, your contacts, videos, so on and so forth. Obviously, I've already done that on this phone. Now, the next step, we're going to power it down. Very simple. Not much to that. The middle of the power down process is fine. But what we're going to do next is get rid of the battery. And we need the 4G SIM card. So, I'll slide it out here. It is a bit of a booger sometimes. Sometimes you might need a pick or an extra tool to get it out of there. There we go. Alright, so what we need to do now is obviously you can see how a 4G SIM card is. This one's Sprint. Says it right there on the card. Got an ID number, everything. What you're going to have to do is break the connection that you see right here. So give that a good scratch with a metal pick. Sometimes even the end of a ballpoint pen is going to work. Alright, so once that connection is broken, as you can see there, we've got it broke. We're going to take a very small piece of aluminum foil, about yay big, will be perfect. Doesn't have to be perfectly square, but we're going to line it up and try to cover most of the different sections of the SIM card. All right. And you're going to take that SIM card with that piece of foil in it, and we're going to insert it back into the phone. You might have a little bit hanging out, that's okay. Not a problem at all. So we're going to take our battery and stick it back in the phone. Place our cover back on. Now this will work with any phone, any Sprint phone that takes a 4G SIM card. Okay, so any of the 4G phones. We'll go ahead and power it back on. Depending on which phone you've got, it may take a couple minutes, it may take a couple of seconds. It is just going to depend on the phone that you've got. This is a low-end HTC phone, obviously. Nothing special. I can't remember what the specs are on it, but it is Android. There, see, it's powering back on. Now here's where the trick comes into play with the phone. We've got to trick the phone into rebooting again. So with this particular phone, with HTC, you're going to hold volume up and power at the same time. So keep holding it in. And it usually takes about 10 seconds. And it's going to reboot the phone again. Okay, so we're going to let that reboot. Now the second time that it comes on, we're going to wait for the Sprint logo to pop up. I don't know if you can kind of see it with the light here, but your speaker or your earphone piece right here, right when that Sprint logo comes on, the top one, third from the left, you're going to press. Okay? And you're going to hold it in until the phone reboots again. All right. Now we're going to reboot one more time. The same way. Hold down power and volume up. All right, keep holding it in. Let go. It's going to reboot again. Now this time when the Sprint logo comes on, this is the trick. This is where you've got to really pay attention. So give it just a minute here. Just get a Verizon phone. You'll be much happier. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Hopefully that gives you some good advice as far as your Sprint phones go. Me personally, I've been a Verizon customer since 1996. I did work for Sprint. That's how I know quite a bit about Sprint. If you have any questions about how Sprint operates or how to get around certain things at Sprint, please let me know. Obviously, this video is just a joke. It's not real. The tricks, the tips that I just gave you, please don't try them. I'm not going to buy you a new phone. But seriously, all you've got to do is look online, read the reviews, check Twitter, check Facebook, check YouTube, and you can find thousands upon even hundreds of thousands of Sprint customers that are unhappy with the quality of service that they get when they have to call, the quality of service that they have at the Sprint stores, whether it be a corporate-owned store or a third-party store. Dropped calls, another very, very big one, a lot of complaints that I took, and no 4G signal or very slow 4G signal. And the issues with that is all these areas that Sprint advertises, 104 or 108 markets, that they are within 1% of Verizon and AT&T and T-Mobile. These are the big cities that we got the biggest complaints from. Atlanta, Chicago, New York, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Dallas, Houston, so on and so forth. The big major markets in the United States. Those are the ones that we got the complaints from. So again, read up on it. It's Sprint. Try and travel across the country with Sprint. You won't have signal anywhere unless you're in a major city. And even then, who knows? If the traffic's too high, you can't handle it. Sprint's network is so outdated and so old-fashioned that it just simply cannot handle high traffic. Because they keep giving people these 50% off plans, they're not bringing in any income to be able to upgrade and make improvements to their network. So take it from me, a former Sprint employee. Don't take it from me. Just jump on social media and have a look for yourself. You know, I've been blocked by every Sprint executive. I've been blocked by every Sprint social media site, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you name it, they've blocked me. My Sprint video that I came out with, which I'll link in the description below, it's got about 46,000 views, which is certainly not viral, but that's a lot of views for a video that is a complaint, legitimate factual information about a major United States wireless provider. So again, if you've got questions, feel free to ask me those in the comments below or message me. I hope you liked this video. I was going to do another little trick with it, but since I live in city limits, I'm honestly not quite sure that firing a weapon in my home or on my property just to prove a point about a cell phone is a very good idea. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. This is kind of a close-up look of what happened after a couple whacks. Surprisingly, the screen on this phone was really tough, so props to HTC on that. It still does light up just a little bit, but you know, with that said, as far as the service goes, yeah, this phone just I got this phone from another former Sprint employee a while back. I was planning on doing something with it at some point. I just wasn't quite sure what. And then the other day on the way home, I decided, you know what? I think I'm just going to destroy it. and this was my fun way, my creative way of destroying a device. But again, guys, if you like the video, hit the like button down below. Don't forget to hit subscribe down in the corner and turn on that little bell so you get a notification when I upload a new video. Also, leave me a comment, whether you liked it, whether you didn't like it, why not. I try to reply on every single comment that I get. I don't always get to, but I do try. I try to stay very active with the people that follow, with the people that watch my videos. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.